Everybody says you need money to start in real estate, but the truth is you don't. The real skill that gets you in the game is to learn how to find deals. Because here's the reality, if you know how to find deals, the money will come. People will line up to partner, investors will give you the money to invest in your deal, but if you don't know how to find deals, even if you have money, you'll probably lose it. And if you're new here, my name is Omar Mohammed. I came to the US from Egypt with nothing. And today, I run a real estate investment portfolio and my construction business. This podcast, From Zero and a Dream, is where I share my story, bring on immigrants, entrepreneurs, and dreamers to give you real practical steps to build success. The only ask I have from you is, if you enjoy the show, is to follow and please leave a 5-star review and share it with a friend that can benefit from it. So today I'm going to give you a roadmap on how to find your first real estate deal, even if you're broke. I'll break it down exactly to where to find these deals and how to approach sellers and what to focus on so you don't waste any time chasing properties that are not deals. Why finding deal is the number one skill that I recommend. Because money chases opportunity, and if you get really good at finding deals, you control the game. First few deals I found them, everybody was lining up to buy them from me. And then I noticed, if I can continue to do that, the sky's the limit. I wholesaled a couple, and then the ones I found after that, I was like, these are really good deals. I'm gonna keep them myself. So learning how to find deals is absolutely the most important part of this. Plus, if you don't really learn that skill on how to find deals, you will always depend on other people to bring you deals. And who knows if they're going to bring them to you first, bring it to other person, or whoever pays more. So the best skill in the game is to learn how to find deals yourself. And it's actually really simple if you follow this to the end. Okay, so I'm not going to just spend time and telling you to go ahead and drive for dollars. All this information is on YouTube. I'm going to give you 3 practical and guaranteeing steps. If you follow them, you will land a deal. Number 1, and the most important one, is join your Facebook real estate group. So if you live in Pittsburgh like I do, I'll go ahead and look up on Facebook, Pittsburgh Real Estate Investors Group. Or if you're in DC, I would look up DC Real Estate Investors Group. That's the first thing I did, and I learned a ton and made tons of money from joining these groups, because over there, people talk about deals, people bring deals, and remember, not every deal there is going to be a deal, but there's probably a meetup that you can even join and start networking with wholesalers, start networking with realtors and people that are in the game. And when you hang out with these people, you will understand and learn, especially if you're very new. But even if you are a little bit more advanced and you have done a few deals, joining these groups keeps you in mind, especially if you're looking for deals and you're serious as well too. So here's your challenge for today. Go ahead, open your Facebook, join these groups, and take a picture, upload it on your Instagram, and tag me in mr.propertyo, Mr. Property O. Tag me in your story, and I'm gonna pick 3 people this month to do a whole one-on-one with them. I will help you finalize a deal if you got one, or maybe you need some little bit extra coaching, and it's totally free. So your challenge today, go ahead, join the group, take a screenshot, post it on Instagram, or just go on Instagram, tell me you did it, tag me in there, and then I will pick 3 people randomly and do a quick call with them and give them free coaching. So let's see who are the winners. We'll announce them on the next one. So the second way, which is really close and dear to my heart, because this is how I actually also started, and that's how I got my first 4 deals, is by cold calling. How does that work? Is you go ahead and pull a list. You can do it in PropStream. I have a video on my Instagram showing that, and I will do another one. If you're not familiar, PropStream or ListSource, there's so many websites that gives you a list. So you can look for vacant houses, probate, whatever filters you want to add in there. You pull a list and you skip trace, which is there's companies that skip traces, tell you who the owner is, and you start smiling and dialing. I used to dial myself first. That's how I started. And I actually got my first deal from me personally dialing. And then when I start a little bit, I got somebody else to do it for me. And then they filter out and send me the only interested people so I don't waste my time, especially because I was working a full-time job at that time. So you could do that, skip trace, and then get on the phone and start calling. And you'll be surprised after how many calls you do, people do answer, right? People would be like, yeah, what's your offer? Those are your first 2. Number 3 kind of relates to number 1, which is networking. Go ahead and meet realtors, meet other investors, meet wholesalers, see how they find these deals. Look up deals every single day. Go on Zillow. Look at deals. The last 3 deals I bought with all on Zillow, on the market, right? But maybe some people were nervous. People didn't know about it and we got them quick. Reach out to investor-friendly realtor. Reach out to somebody that does investing and understand investing that's a realtor and tell them what's your goal. I want to do a flip. You'll be surprised with how many deals they send to you. Now let's talk about what makes a deal really worth it. Rule number 1, you are in the game to make money. So always make sure you will make money when you finish that deal. So numbers must work. That's your first rule. Do not just do a deal to do a deal. Your numbers must work. You should get paid after you finish that deal. And how you do that is you calculate the numbers. So first, you check what is the property, what is the asking price now? Okay, how much does it need in renovation? And then when that is done, it should be worth a lot more than what you bought it for. And then you can profit that, or you can burr, or you can do whatever strategy you want to do. And if all these sound new to you, you can Google all this up. But there's a simple math is, okay, what's the actual cost right now? How much does it need in renovation? And then what will it be worth? And if there's enough, so I'll give you an example. My very last deal, I bought it for $50,000. I spent about like another 50 on it, right, with holding cost, everything. So I put all in 100, but it's rented for 1,500. So that's 1.5% of the price that I put in, and it's worth about 150 right now. So if I would refinance or if I would go sell it, I would walk away with a profit and I'm still cash flowing. So always make sure your numbers are correct. And how do you do that is by looking at comps. If it's a 3-bed, 1-bath, the other properties, 3-bed, 1-bath, sell for the same price, right? So you look at that, you can send them to the agent. The agent will be happy to send you comps, double check. Now we talked about finding the deal. How would you fund that deal? So now if the deal makes sense, like let's just use my last deal in an example. I need 100K from a property that's worth 150K plus. I could go to a hard money lender and tell them, hey, I found this deal. Here's the ARV. Give me the money. Give me 50 to buy it, 50 to fix it. And there's some lenders that will fund you 100% of the deals. If you're in Pittsburgh, I know a bunch of them here. And if you're outside, I'm sure you can find ones. If not, you can find partners to partner in with you with the deal and get them a cut, right? You don't have to do it all yourself. There's people that will partner with you on deals like that. I know a lot of them as well that everywhere nationally that are looking for deals. So it goes back to the first point. If you get really good at finding deals, you control the game. So hard money is one of the options that I recommend. What I did that really helped me as well, besides being able to borrow money, I learned that these lenders love to see a 2-year of W-2. So if you have that, that gives you a push. If you don't have it, yes, you can still make it happen. You can bring partners in that have that. But lenders love that, a credit score. So if you're starting and you're in debt like I was at $10,000 in debt when I was starting, and it definitely wasn't easy. But what I did first is I got rid of my car and car payment and bought a cheaper car. I looked at my life habits and start paying off the credit cards so I don't have any debt. And then I start transitioning that and saving up so when a deal comes in, I can put some money down if I was asked to. So that's always a rule of thumb is take care of your personal now before you jump in. But jumping in and you do a couple flips can definitely help. Still, if you don't have money and you're not able to do it, there is ways. So I've done 3 deals that I paid nothing to own. This house is one of them. How did you do that? It's called seller finance, where the seller holds the mortgage back. You skip the bank and the seller pretty much hold the mortgage. You do closing, they have a note, just like they become the bank. So let's say they give you 100K, which is the house worth, and then you split those payments over the term of the loan. So you can look it up. You'll find tons of information on seller finance, but it's an amazing tool to have under your belt if you are low or no money and looking to get into real estate. Now, another advice for you before you start investing and thinking about rentals, I would say focus on making money first. It's either wholesaling, flipping. I don't think these are real estate investing, but these help you make some money, pay off the debt. Because here's the thing that not too many people tell you of owning real estate. You own the property, and then one big issue like a roof issue, and it's gonna happen. Murphy's Law. If something's gonna go wrong, it will go wrong. So even if you have insurance, something happened, the tenant trashed the place. If you're starting from nothing, you're gonna end up selling and losing this property and lose the work. So number one, start by making some money. Have some extra cash on the side. And it's possible if you're working one job, maybe save that money and wholesale a couple of houses, find the deals on your side, wholesale a couple of houses, you can make 5, 6, 10K. And then when you go in, you have a cushion. If something happened, you can fall into it. So don't stop, but definitely learn how to find deals. Another great one that not too many people use if you haven't bought your first home yet is FHA. There's actually an FHA 2 or 3K loan, and it's best when you do it in 1 to 4 units. So the bank will actually give you the money to buy the house and fix it, and you only pay 3.5% down plus closing costs. So you can go find, you can talk to your realtor or the wholesalers, find a multi-unit. You don't have to have the highest credit score to get in there. I actually did one myself. It's a lot of paperwork, but it's an awesome way to get into real estate with a very low entry. And you can live in one unit at least for a year, rent the other one, and then after that you can move out and now you got 2 units. So look up FHA 2 or 3K loan, another great tool if you're starting with low and no money. Finding your first deal won't be easy. It takes consistency, effort, and rejection. But once you get that first one, everything changes. So your action step for this week is to pick one. Either it's networking, join the Facebook group, talk to a realtor, and start analyzing deals. And don't forget to join your local real estate investor group on Facebook and then tag me, Mr. Property O, on Instagram. Again, I'll be picking 3 people randomly this month and I'll do a full coaching with them and share more with them. Or even analyze a deal together. If you got some value from today, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with a friend that can benefit from it. This is Omar and I'll see you next week.